When times are good, prepare for times to be bad because times will always be bad. There is always going to be something that throws a wrench in things. Right now, it's high interest rates. We saw that interest rates were really low and now interest rates are high and we want to buy a home and we can't buy a home because interest rates are high. Hello and welcome back to the podcast. Thank you very much for being here. If you guys find this useful, please share. I would appreciate that. All right, today we are going to talk about preparing in the good times for the bad times. This is something that I think a lot of people just don't do. And today I want to use an example of Rodan and Fields, and there's another network marketing company that just changed their whole business model. And so there are people within those companies that were making a very nice income, and now that income is going to be gone. And so this is not just about network marketing. So before you guys are all thinking in your head, oh, network marketing is terrible. No, network marketing is not terrible. And so I actually love network marketing companies. I buy a lot of stuff through network marketing companies because there are really good products there. You're helping a person. Here's the thing. Network marketing helps people understand how to build a business. They help people understand how to build teams. They help people understand things about themselves, how to sell, how to communicate with people. None of that is bad. At the end of the day, in network marketing, you're kind of building somebody else's business. That's the one thing that I don't necessarily care about because they can just change things as they wish. And I don't really love that. But guess what? It doesn't just matter about good times in the good times preparing for the bad times, because how many people during the vid had their businesses closed down? How many people were making a lot of money? And it does not matter what is happening in the economy. There is an up and a down somewhere. Something is changing, right? And so we need to always prepare. If we are going to be business owners, we need to always prepare for the bad times. Now, why I'm talking about this is because as a society, we believe we should have the nicest of things and we finance all of those things. And that is something for the last 10 to 15 years, we have massive amounts of debt because the interest rates were so low. It would be silly not to buy the new car. It would be silly not to buy the new house. It would be silly not to buy all of these things. And so what we've done is we have created this massive amount of payments. And Nelson talks about this. It's not the rate of interest you pay. It is the volume of interest you pay. And so we have a bunch of little loans that add up to a massive volume of interest and lots of payments. So there are people that are going to lose their business, that are going to, the network marketing company is going to change their plan. There are some people that are going to be okay through that and they're resilient and they're going to rebuild. There are other people that are going to be devastated. They're going to have to sell their homes. They're going to have to move because they have bought themselves into payments. And without that income, we're not going to be able to make the payment because we didn't save any money. We did not take that money and create cash flow with it. Instead, we took that money and we bought things to show that, oh, look at all the money that I have, right? I have a lake home. I am on vacation all the time. I've got a super nice car. Whatever that is, we are not preparing. And I'm not saying don't have all those nice things, but can we have some of those things paid for? Now, I have colleagues that have loans on everything because they feel as well that they should be leveraging their dollar. Interest rates are low. Let's go buy some rental properties and let's borrow against one rental property to buy another rental property. Let's be leveraged to the hilt. That is their prerogative. I don't care. I am not like that. I am going to be the person that says, oh my gosh, worst case scenario, what if people stop calling me? I want to make sure that I don't have all of these payments and my lifestyle is not really going to change. I'm still going to be able to do whatever I want because I have things paid off. And so we have to think about this. So many of you know that I also work with farmers and ranchers, right? And on the farming and ranching side, I tell them the exact same thing. And when times are good, prepare for times to be bad because times will always be bad. There is always going to be something that throws a wrench in things. Right now, it's high interest rates. We saw that interest rates were really low and now interest rates are high and we want to buy a home and we can't buy a home because interest rates are high. We don't want to buy a vehicle because interest rates are high. Whatever that might be, there are people, I have been talking to people that are business owners and their businesses are suffering because interest rates are high. And so people have quit buying those products. I talked to a local business owner last week and their stores are struggling. And it's a well-known store that's been around for hundreds of years. And their store is struggling because of the fact that the economy is struggling. And so he said he was going to build another store and he's just glad he didn't do that because now the interest rate on that store would be really, really high. And the other stores, the things are just moving much slower. People just are not buying like they were when interest rates were low. Now, I also find it interesting that I was looking at new vehicles. And a year ago, when I was looking, you couldn't get better than 6-7% interest rate. Now, today, your vehicle rates are back down to 3%, 2%, like they're low again. And you have to wonder, did the buying of the vehicles slow down enough that they're like, oh my gosh, we need to still give low interest rates on vehicles because we're not selling any, So some of those rates are trying to kind of balance back out from what I can tell. But again, they're telling you that you should buy because it's silly not to. Interest rates are low. Go ahead, buy it, leverage your dollar, have another payment. Everything's going to be great. Is it going to be great? Even on the internet side of things, I see a lot of people doing affiliate marketing and those sort of things. They have a TikTok storefront. They're making money on TikTok. But guess what? All of a sudden, TikTok pulls a rug out from underneath you. Or Amazon pulls a rug out from underneath you if you're an Amazon affiliate. And so there's rules that you really need to play by, and you need to understand those rules because you could be in the good times making $10,000 a month. And I do believe there are people online doing that because they're doing a great job of it. But are they then preparing for the bad times? Because did we go buy a new house thinking that this was going to be normal? Are we paying off debt? The end of the day, pay attention to your finances so that if something happens, you are in a position where you can still continue to live without having to sell off things. I don't know why people don't think of that and why that they just assume everything's going to be good all the time. Now, I am a positive thinker. I do not like the whole thought of, oh, let's have this scarcity mindset and be all negative. But as a realist, you understand that there is always going to be good and bad. It does not matter if it's an economy. It doesn't matter if a kid gets sick, if a spouse passes away. There's going to be something that could bring you down a notch, and we need to be prepared for those things. So as things are changing and as you're looking at your money and you're trying to figure out what you need to do financially, make sure that you are setting yourself up for a position where you are going to be prepared, that you're going to have cash flow from different avenues that can supplement what you've got going on a daily basis. This is why I talk about cash flow all the time. If we are physically working for that money, like every day I have to show up and work for my money. but I want other assets out there that are creating cash flow. The only way that I can create that cash flow is by having liquid money, which is what IBC is providing for me, right? I've got the liquid money that I can go buy the rental properties, I can buy businesses, I can do whatever that creates cash flow. You should not have to be the one physically working all the time, because if you can't, or if that business gets taken away from you, if that model changes for compensation, whatever that looks like, be prepared with some cash flow coming on the other side. Okay, I think that's it. I don't think that I have a ton more to say about that unless I just continue to beat the dead horse. But be prepared, because most people aren't. And I've seen this with this Rodan and Fields change. I've seen a lot of people panicking over that. And then I've seen others that are not. And the people that are not panicking, it's because they're prepared. They had the cash flow coming in. The people that are panicking are the people that were not prepared, and they were spending every damn dime, and they were going on massive vacations, and they have a big house, and they have the newest vehicles, and they have payments to the hilt. And those people are going to be scrambling and are going to be upset, but they should have been preparing for the day that that could change. I have to prepare for the day that, what if life insurance changes? They're constantly attacking our industry so that we get paid differently. And that's fine. I'll continue to do what I'm doing, but will it change my compensation? I have no idea. People will always be attacking something, and we just always have to be prepared for that. All right, guys, if you don't have the book, go to withoutthebank.com, grab my book, grab Nelson's book, schedule your appointment. I'm happy to help answer any questions for you, get an idea about what you got going on and how this can apply to you. So go there, grab the book. If you have comments, questions, concerns, email me at maryjo@withoutthebank.com. All right, you have a fantastic rest of your day.